power to try and reunite with Savage. He wants to make sure that Muzz and Sphinx don't have the opportunity to just dive bomb into where he's lost up at Savage. He's not interested in the fight whatsoever. Hasn't necessarily taken that many surge tags.
Initially, again, Bello using that surge time wasn't able to spot out the alert from Muzz and Sphinx. Really make it happen. Nalu, Rainy over towards Riptides. Epic Whale, Pump towards Riptides as well. Pump is fresh off of a reboot. Epic Whale forced to stay alive and get his teammate back into the game. But now they're just getting approached. One step at a time. They're getting closer and closer to trying to find him.
A big momentum swing here too, though, for Jace and Liam. One elimination of PvP tells me that they've got the better end of the exchange between Gaia and Bobby, and it's always going to be a... Whether or not they actually managed to find one of those original painted bomb scenes could be left to say, but at the same time here, Jacob, it's your first land, right? It's your first real appearance, and yet it's still playing like there's no pressure at all.
Yeah, playing like he's at home with that juice. The shoes picked off, and just trying to build interview there in the pregame. He was feeling confidence. He had a cheating, staying around Sun Studios. It is a vending machine nearby where they are going to use to buy some med kits, patch up, or any shields if they do need it, so they can extend their stay here inside of the zone versus some of the other teams on the outskirts, including the one they just got tagged on. They don't have that same luxury.
And they've been keeping an eye on the elimination team, though. Investing some time in Storm here at Sus could definitely work in here because that initial off spawn over at Riptides, it's so easy to third party.
Tiggs doing an excellent job to really catch Southpaw off guard.
Yeah, they were so worried about Danny Kush that they just lost track of Tiggs, who had control of the wall. You see back-to-back shots to take them both out of the game and start to build that confidence, just like Clicks and Hicks here. Even though they were contested by King and Phaser over at Walking Land, they didn't want to fight it out early. They're just sitting straight to their strategy. On the other side, though, fresh off the reboot means you are likely below that damage threshold. For Epic Well and Pump, this fight is everything for game one.
They're just running out of time. They don't have the damage. They barely have the heals for it. Nalu and Rainy are just continuing to stall it out, and Pump is even out for the count entirely here. Nalu, Rainy, they'll also have the benefit of the Siphon now ticking over. They've got more than enough pizza slices too, and Jacob, we're in a 2-tick. This situation just is so compromised right now. That initial off-spawn fight for Whale and Pump, it's just not boding well.
And you see Pump just trying to go for a quick shot. Needed a miracle, doesn't get it. Nalu and Rainy, they're able to win that one, but they have about 50 or so seconds to make it to the zone. You said it yourself. By now, it is going to be a 2-tick, but once this one closes, we're going to be moving to a 5-tick, so it doesn't matter how many heals you have. You don't want to have to expend it early before you reach the zone, before you reach this end game.
Definitely a little bit more pep in their step, though, after finding those 2 eliminations. Maybe the surge damage will help them overcome the rest of the obstacles still left to deal with. Very scrappy French duo. They've got Sphinx and Muzz in their sights currently, but Clipface will cut that line of sight. Still, maybe a little bit caught if they decide to clash with the Kira and Karam. There's no guarantees, but the way that they were kind of trying to set up against Muzz and Sphinx, it almost seems like they need the damage, and sure enough, 42 below on Surge. Just one tag.
Yeah, you don't want that surge to activate, really forcing your hand, but Momsy does more than that. Hits a nice shot on Akira and Karama. Now they're below the damage threshold, and this is the back and forth we see, whether if it's rotating through zones or in box fights like this. It's just a tough way to kind of go out, and Higgs is feeling the pressure as well. They were over 100 above the damage threshold last time we seen him, and now he's fallen 157 below. Clicks is gone, and now Higgs forced to clutch up here in game number 1.
It's incredible, though, that Higgs is even in this position in the first place. 157 below, but look at where the zone has pulled to. It's wonky. You would think this would be ideal, but the fact of the matter is, as a solo, Higgs has to really dig deep here if he wants to manage to make it out for a solid placement.
Yeah, 10 teams need to go down before him or Velo are granted any points, and they're both below the damage threshold. Velo, not so much. He needs one shot, whether it's the AR or the shotgun, to land without taking much, but he gets tagged up again above, right back down below. Velo now has to be perfect with these heals. Zone moving in, and I think this is the end of the road for Velo in game 1.
Just didn't have any other options here, and Higgs might need a similar fate. He also needs damage, but he also has to stay moving, trying to see if he can catapult himself somewhere else in the lobby, trying to build up. Supply crate, fortunately, going to drop just in the nick of time here, but he's still getting lit up by these surge tags. Medkit and a shield potion, decent amount of materials. He might be able to turn this one around, and just like that, the surge thresholds are just teeter-tottering above and below, but he's still trying to see if he can wait things out.
Yeah, 184, essentially a full elimination worth of damage, but where this zone goes, it's either going to help him or hurt him. If it goes up the side of the mountain, that's going to give him so many shockwave opportunities to get damage. And Higgs, he has to earn it, but he was just blessed as the zone moves up the side of the mountain. But he peaks, he takes a lot of damage, but it goes to show how chaotic this endgame's going to be.
Excellent looks right now, though, for Pablo. He's just been on fire in this lobby. 3 eliminations, looking to still add more to it. But poor Higgs, man, you just have to think these are the moments where you really cannot afford to panic. But not only that, even if you know this POI so well, you also know that when teams are already established on the mountain face, they're looking straight at everyone else underneath. The moment you open up that wall, teams already trying to apply pressure, forced to drop, forced to try and make a play. But Higgs, he's just got nowhere left to run to. Everyone else has already left the vicinity. He's just too late to the party, and the surge will take care of him.
Yeah, with no eliminations, not inside of the top 25, that one's going to sting. Drew's going to be by himself, 25 at least above the damage threshold. 11 players need to go down, and we will no longer have Storm Surge in this game. So he has 2 different options here. Keep popping off like he's doing, or he could try to out-heal it. He has more than enough of those HP heals in his inventory, but he's just waiting for the zone to push everybody from the backside of the zone forward. That's when he's going to get the green light to go, but he falls 87 below. So not only does he have to rotate, he has to find damage.
He also had to invest practically all of his hard material just to protect himself, but he's now straight looking at Reckless and Alex. Some great tags there, going to permit him to be just 21 above. But Chino, Pablo, disaster has struck. Maybe they got a little too fraggy with it. Chino still hunting for more, but he's not going to be able to find it. Still 5 eliminations, decent amount of points just for game 1.
I think everybody out here is feeling that feeling of deja vu from day 1 with a lot of these zones going towards these top side
Pixie hunting for more, looking down at the team struggling to try and scale their way up. Ager's all by his lonesome, but we know exactly what he's capable of. He's trying to see if he can bring a refresh into the picture, but instead, it's going to be Tiggs and Danikush making things oh so complicated for everybody underneath.
1 of 5 solos left down below. Danikush and Tiggs all the way from OCE. This could be their moment to shine on the big stage. This is gotta go for Pixie, Swizzy. These guys are here to shine and name for themselves on the international stage like they haven't already.
Here to make
Swizzy, they're still being challenged
on the international stage like they haven't already. Pixie, Swizzy, they're still being challenged.
Not only that, but they're one of the only fully intact duos left in this slimy Virgo.
Not only that, but they're one of the only fully intact duos left in this sloppy Virgil. Agers, solo defeat of Josh's fallen before elimination, decent placements and
Yes.
You watch my live.
What? Do what?
Make sure my live.
I'm sorry.
Sure, that was more live than that one.
Huh? Yeah.
This is the chance to get your spot on the bingo board secured, but that one gets ripped away. Tiggs from up top, taking down half of the global champion, but it is going to be a 1v1. Pixie gets his get back. It's him versus Tiggs. No shields at the current moment for each of our players, and he's trying to put pressure down from above, but Pixie...
Why are dishes always getting water spots?
And this is it, Taco. It comes down
for relieving on that, we appreciate that. And we got some other stuff. Some.
Kale, can you like the video?
And we got some other stuff.
Yeah, it's working.
Can you like it?
Yeah, go in the middle more, like, so you can see the whole screen. Yeah, go in the middle more, like, so you can see the whole screen. Yeah. Yeah. In your life. Yeah.
Watching this man make things quick and easy for you in the
Coming.
What was that like?
I'm coming.
Got my rest, we win, I said like we're gonna reset tomorrow. They also wanted to go high, but it's also really easy.
I was gonna say
got my rest, we win, I said like we're gonna reset tomorrow.
How did you manage to
They also wanted to go high, but this one we couldn't.
I was going to say that was such a difficult mountain zone for you. How did you manage to make it to the top and get out of that sticky situation?
Well, you get to leave the stage in just a moment, boys. What's the plan now?
Get them gone.
Cheers.
Well, you can release the stage in just a moment, boys. What's the plan now to get ready for tomorrow?
Get the bomb, get our silvers, and probably take time and don't die.
Don't get eliminated. It's really something we could all live by. Let's finish the break, and after that, we'll Fortnite.
Excuse me. Game 2 is coming up, Caleb.
Hello?
Hello. Game 2 is coming up soon.
Now, if you watch this for 90 minutes, you get like a backfling, a pickaxe, and like a wrap, I think.
I'm just, whenever I have to go eat lunch, I'm just gonna turn off my monitor and just keep my PlayStation on.
Yeah. Wait, is this part of the live stream? I think it is part of the live stream. Yeah, it is.
In like a minute.
Why are you turning it down so much?
Caleb, the next match begins in like a minute.
Well, you can't just look at it. I need something to eat. Hey, can I have a mango? Mango. Come here. Huh? Who's live? What's live? Just clicks? No, it's not. I know. I saw your glasses. I know. Or, no, Clicks has glasses. Wait, who's... Yeah, no. What about it? Liam, how many people are in your live stream? 1, 2?
I don't know, like 1 or 2. I don't know. Caleb, did you subscribe to Fortnite Competitive?
Oh, not yet. Where is... I don't know.
Absolute cinema! Love it! Get out of the way. Love it, let's go! Swizzy!
Is this the second match? Or second game?
They did it! Oh my gosh, Lex.
Tell them to post the stats now. All of you opportunists that were hating on Pixie in Grand.
My gosh, Lex.
Tell them to post the stats now. Went crazy.
All the opportunists that were hating on Pixie in Grand. Post them all your stats. Post them now. My boy went crazy. Swizzy, sitting back watching. All the belief in the world. Because when you have a teammate that is flying, like Pixie was there, hitting every shot he needed. All the composure in the world, man. And again, this is why last year everybody was saying this guy is the best striker.
Fortnite has to offer. Not only that.
Watch on one of the biggest stages of Fortnite has to offer. Not only that. A lot of talk, right? Swizzy and Pixie didn't qualify through the upper bracket, man, and they made the run through the lower bracket. That conversation is already finished, and I was worried coming into the day because I mentioned our global champions of last year, Breezy, Mustache, Swizzy. I was like, there's no way we have a finals at Summit without any of them. And Swizzy shut me up real quick. Let's up game number 1. They're going to the finals.
Hey, baby. That's one of the predictions.
It's all good.
Man, congratulations to them. That's the Swizzy we kind of expected to see yesterday, but again, it's all good. They now focus on tomorrow's finals. Today, a big sigh of relief for the duo. That's all it takes, man. One game like that, hanging off the line. We're expecting a big performance of the duo there, but there was a team on the high gun for the entirety of that end game that I really did not expect.
There's 24,000 views on my live stream. What?
You have a live stream?
Immediately a set place.
Look.
Yeah, they didn't get the win, but put them in such a great spot on the leaderboard.
Immediately a second place spot. Yeah, they didn't get the win, but put them in such a great spot on the leaderboard.
Watching the highlights here.
Yeah.
So many players. Some of the best players in the as a team. In situations like that, where you run out of the match, run out of everything, you just need to try and keep them up. Even be fresh at times, and then you just can't quite get it. Every single time at the end of the he needed to get the lane. He managed to find the he needed to keep him going. Putting the 1v1 there, but still a great game.
Hey, but check this out.
That's what you're saying. I love seeing they're in that hunger. We actually thought to be eliminated, but Yamto and Josh both got fight to the high.
Oh, you know, Clicks and Higgs aren't on the same team, right?
finally have that moment on stage for the season.
Who's on what team?
Fearless.
Nothing.
This is a special day for me because really and truly, okay, when you're talking about some of the best teams,
Only 16,000 watching. I have like 26,000.
Start on the day, showcasing why this guy is seen as the next Peter Botten.
15K only.
The next big thing. He doesn't even look like the next big thing.
Fortnite competitive only has 15K, and I have 26K.
Yeah, I picked up some solo points as you can see there, and I got early on. Obviously, they are obviously we kind of an early push, towards their way. They overcame though, man. They got the elimination there, and it kind of snowballed into the late game. Obviously, they kind of went off to the zone.
I need to like this. Go like this.
Obviously,
just water.
They made it look easy. I'm excited. Look at, I need you guys to qualify all through, right? They already have this run to remember. Big reminder. The format today is going to get the victory royale. You play in your in, that's it. You don't play anywhere else. And in the top 19. This is a very strong first start for you to do it. Absolutely. As you can see early, your age was kind of left alone. And I feel like the story throughout the weekend, at least in these early couple of games, has always been the fact that there are just so many solos left alive in these lobbies. And making the most out of it is going to make the difference right there. As you can see, after he goes down, just feeling, cool, calm, and collected. Hey, let's bounce all around. Feeling good.
Hey, you should watch it on your PlayStation.
Actually, when you look at the talent, the experience, the quality, I think these guys are going to be whether it will be for consistency.
Spider-Man the only time it ever comes. And the pickaxe.
Okay, I'll be right back, okay?
We're not going to learn from them today because it's going to.
A team wins a game because they're no longer in the lobby. They advance directly to Championship Sunday. But if you look at where Pixie and Swizzy were landing, it was kind of a triple contested fight. So it's not going to get easier game 2.
Yeah, they already had plenty of company, but they managed to move out. They left everyone else behind. They'll worry about that for tomorrow. Mason and Gerald, though, intent on contesting Epic Whale and Pump here at Riptides. But all that's going to do is extend an open invitation for the third-party scenario. All throughout Chapter 7, any teams that are very contesting each other at Riptides almost always result in just getting wiped after the fact because it's such an easy position.
Hey, you see those guys?
The dragon one? Yeah. I don't know why he has the battle, but like, I guess sure, because it's like a really big battle.
already trying to move up and give them a little bit of a timing advantage over Clicks and Higgs. So if they get a loadout, in theory, Taco, we can see them play aggressive.
Down there on the
Drop
south
with
side
one
of Launching Land,
elimination, but
already
you'll
trying to
notice
move up. That gives
Marius
them a
is
little bit
down.
of a timing advantage over Clicks and
Unfortunate
Higgs. So if they get
stuff, but
loadout, in
sometimes the
theory,
mouse pad
Taco, we can
does
see
happen
them
to
play
work
aggressive,
against
but I
you,
drop.
and
Cypher
for other players in
PK's
the lobby,
live
they're
stream
always
is
going to be looking out the moment they
more
touch
live than
down,
this
trying to
and
lock in that
this.
early
But
surge.
sometimes
Tap
the left pad does happen
victimized yet
to work
again.
against you,
Vaughn and Knight are
Lobby,
really
they're always
trying
going to
to
be looking
deliver a
up the
lot
moment
of
they touch
fight
down,
here at
trying
No
to lock in that
Sanctuary.
early
This
surge.
southeast
Tap,
portion of the map just
victimized
so
yet again.
active, because even
On
over towards the
and Night,
southwest, Epic
we're
Well Pump,
really
they're
trying to
still
deliver
trying to
a
see
lot of
whether or
fight
not they
here
can even
at New
start this engagement
Sanctuary.
with
This
Gerald and
southeast
Basin.
Yeah,
portion
and
of
you're
the map
talking about
is
other
so
players moving on
active
over.
because
That's
even
going
over
to be
towards the
Nathan
southwest,
on the
this
top
Epic Well
side
Pump,
of
they're still
Riptide.
trying to
He's
see
forced
whether or
out
not they can
because
even
Muzz and
start this
Sphinx were able
engagement
to
with
get
Gerald
that
and
first
Basin.
elimination
Yeah, you're
onto
talking
them.
about other players moving on over.
Epic
That's
Well
going to
Pump
be
in the
Nathan
middle,
on the top
distracted by
side
two
of
different opportunities.
Riptide.
The main
He's
focus is
forced
going to be
out
OCE
because
tunnel
Mud and
down
Sphinx were
below.
able to
But
get that
Basin
first
and Gerald,
elimination
where
on the
they
Nems.
have
But
to
that's
watch
trying to
out for
put
any lurk
Epic
plays.
Well
If they
Pump
lose
in
side
the
of
middle,
town, they could be
distracted
the
by
end.
two different
It's always hard to keep
opportunities.
track of where
It could be
exactly the
OCE
lobby
down
is moving
below, a
towards, but
Basin and
Brianna's
Gerald,
cheating.
where
Anytime
they
you see that
have
floor
to
radius
watch out
grenade,
for
you
any
know
lurk
there's a
plays.
duo
They lose
surrounding
side of
it.
them, that
Xavier
could be the
and
end.
It's
Cazers
always hard to keep track
saw
of
him on the
where
big stage,
exactly
but
the
they are
lobby
still
is
looking
moving
to
towards. But
try and
Brianna is
pop
cheating.
off,
Anytime you
really
see
make a
that
name for
floater in this
themselves with those
grenade, you know
gray
there's a duo
loadouts.
surrounding
Not
it. It's
exactly where
Xavier
you want
and
to be rocking
Cazers.
up against some of
First time on
EVE's
the big
finest.
stage, but they
Yeah,
are
we're
still
already
looking to
seeing
try and
some
pop
teams
off,
switch
really
up
make a
drop
name for
spots,
themselves.
not
Those gray
necessarily going
loadouts,
toward
not
Dark Dominion, where
exactly what
Swizzy and
you want
Pixie
to be
just
rocking up
qualified
against
out
some
of.
of
We're
EVE's
seeing them
finest.
drop
Yeah,
at
we're
loadout
already
points all
seeing
around the
some
map. Even
teams
Yanis
switch up
cheating,
drop
taking a
spots,
different
not
approach to this game.
necessarily
Instead of
going to
staying
Dark
at the
Dominion where
studio to
Swizzy and
get their
Pixie
Elin,
just
they
qualified
immediately
out
are
of.
moving
We're
on
seeing
out.
them drop
Skyjump,
at
Mozzie,
loadout
they
points
find
all
themselves in a
around the
pickle
map.
against
Even
Xbox and
Yanis
Doxy.
So at
getting that
12:20,
first
that would
studio
be
to
like
get their
20
Elin.
Needs the
minutes.
They
elimination for
immediately
the
are
side,
moving
but
on out.
HP is
Skyjump
falling.
already
He
getting
finds
first
himself
stuff.
second.
It's
He
to
has his
Xbox.
teammate
I
by
don't
his
know.
side.
Between two
Mommy's just running through the
situations,
build.
and
He's going to
Xbox
free
gonna get
fire to
that
get that
Okay, look,
Elin.
if
He
you
runs
watch
into a
it,
lurk play. He has to
when
run
did
and
you
disengage
start
for a
start
second chance at
watching
life.
it?
Normally when
Probably
you
about
see
11:20.
He's
Xbox
very
Eleven
frustrated.
taking her
twenty.
He
back,
left the big
Xbox was
mom in
having
that
none
choice.
of it. He said he
So
wanted to step
like,
up to
start.
me.
Did you return
Mozzie
after that at
tried
all?
his best to
Yeah, I
like
had to return.
cruise the aim into the hat, but
Okay,
he wasn't ready to
when was
witness
the
his
last time you
duo
returned?
fall just
Like
three
5 minutes
back
ago.
to back to
5 minutes? Okay, you
knocks,
need
and
to
that is
watch
really all it takes for
until
Respawn to bring down Skyjump.
They
you need to
really
watch
have him
until
pincered
like
two different angles. He is
12:15.
literally just throwing haymakers to stay
Or
alive.
not 12:15.
Points
I mean,
from
you
day
need to
one.
watch
It's
till
not where they have
1:15
hoped to land on the leaderboard, but it's
for
about
90 minutes.
slowly but surely building up that confidence. When we look at consistency, it's going to be the top 19. They are just barely
I should
edging
only
out
have
the
to
Praise.
watch
You're
for
going to give him
like
advance on Cheat and Inflict
an
that
hour,
first
half hour.
elimination. That one's going to be easy. Cheat was left by himself because he came in crazy. He just took
I know.
second.
I don't even
Yanis
have
and
to stay
Flixie
like
for the
unavailable.
elimination. I should say Cheat.
I don't.
Crazy King Lane, they'll still have more work cut out for them, but 2 eliminations to round things off, that's always a nice little confidence builder. Granted, those two definitely had plenty of it, even heading into today's competition. Mellow and Savage, though, checking back in on what's been building over here, Squiggly Shores. Not surprised to see Mellow in this surge phase. Agers with another elimination here onto Veloz. Ritual gotta be feeling very good about what his duo has been able to bring forth here today. Yesterday, things a little bit shakier, a little bit more difficult, but even with Agers being a bit under the weather, his gameplay here today isn't looking like it.
Yeah, especially being uncontested. You play with a whole new freedom knowing you got the entire POI to yourself. With one elimination, they know Jonas is going to be by himself. 2v1, trying to attack from both angles, jumping up and down, not trying to let him heal, not trying to let him get a breath of fresh air. Another shot from Agers going to connect. Tries to spray into the box, not enough to get the nod, but him and Ritual are side by side. They're working together to make sure that they're both don't take too much damage, but they're still in position to clean up this elimination.
What's wild to think about is Ritual and Agers, they're battling both their Finals.
Clean up this elimination. And what's
Trying to
wild
see
to
if he
think
can
about
finish what
is
he
Rachel
started
and
here,
Akers,
and
they're
sure
fighting
enough,
for their
Ritual's gonna
spot
get the
to try and
cutout
get
points
that
there
rematch
onto
up against
Jonas.
Free and
2
Cooper
eliminations
in
now
tomorrow's
for this
finals.
duo, and a
Akers,
lot of
we're trying to see
wiggle
if they can
room
finish
here
what he
because
started here, and sure enough, Rachel's going to get the cutoff points
Team
there
that
onto
you don't
Jonas.
want to see
2
get
eliminations
heated
now
up
for this
because
duo,
when they start
and a
going,
lot
they
of
are hard
wiggle room
to
here.
the other
Alright, you can
half of the
see it come
duo
in.
standing it out
Uploading
here on his
something
own
sure
accord.
enough.
Great set
Nowhere
of
left for
eliminations released here.
midfielder rush.
Yeah,
What
Tiggs is getting caught
us
up
in.
by
Like,
one
I'm
simple.
Standing
See,
out here on
you
his
know,
own
for the past
accord.
couple of months of
the great set of eliminations
these come into action, especially when players with these new surge changes, they're kind of just boxed up. They're in their towers, they're at their POI, and they don't
Okay, was there
expect
anything
to
new
get
in
snuck up on, and more continue
Battle
to
Royale?
find success here in this game. But just like I was talking about Ages of
I don't
Retro's
know.
new launchpad, Josh and Eonzo have the same thing. It takes you further, it takes you farther. You throw defense in the mix, and you can across the map.
What?
Xavier Sazers, they're trying to sneak attack onto Liam, and that first one looked like it was going to work, but Liam turns, he burns them down, leaving Xavier by himself. 2v1 situation. They were confident before the game for a reason.
This is
Wait,
a nightmare scenario now because that should
I'll
have been it.
maybe be back in like an hour or a half hour.
Being knocked
Okay,
down,
I'm just gonna
Xavier.
mute and just keep it here.
Maybe even to restore a little bit of pride after that one. You
Okay.
think that you get the sneak attack instead.
Alright,
It's
be
180.
back on like at 12:50.
Basically dropping that big
12:50.
bomb. They're not in the zone just yet, so HP, you can see them trying to get the elimination, save it for the Siphon.
Do you want to just stay and play a
Yeah.
little party together?
Liam one shot away from
Sure.
going down by Xavier.
Okay,
So
alright, I'm
basically
gonna
trying to pop that chug, and they're not necessarily pressed right now to be quick. They're outside of the zone, not taking damage, and they have about 20 seconds before the zone forces them in, but they have to be careful. Another team in the distance, and that's Gone and Night, and they've already switched up their drop spot. They contested Chap and Flixie, they eliminate them out of this game, and now they're ready to do it again here.
But if you're Liam and Jace, you don't have any reason to leave anytime soon. You know that Xavier is a solo. You know that you have more than enough white heals to actually extend your time inside of the storm. And not only that, but why not get more surge if you can? An isolated solo is going to be your best bet for another points opportunity off the elimination. Xavier trying to see just how much time he can really bide here, but Liam, Jace, they are feeling very aggressive, and I can't blame them. I mean, trying to sneak up on me?
Yeah, for Liam and Jace, though, I agree with you. At first, when it was a 2v1, you got to kind of take the fight. But the longer this one goes, Xavier is actually landing shots back. So even if they get this elimination, Taco, what does that do to their surge plan? Especially since Gone and Night are still waiting just outside of this fight to beat anybody that breaks through those builds. So Liam and Jace, they have to make a decision, and they have to make a decision quick if this fight is worth it.
Could be possible for them to just opt for a further east rotation. We try and avoid where Gone and Night are actually situated. Sometimes you gotta look elsewhere, and somewhere that has opened up just a little bit. It's going to be Dark Dominion, but it is bumping as ever. So many teams already in this POI. For Koyota and Yuma, I think there's a lot of questions up in the air. Are they going to be able to have some of that practice game success? We saw them collect at least an extra bando off of delivering a victory royale in that performance, but this is the best time to do it. I mean, you want to be in the finals.
Yeah, and typically we kind of look at these guys, so when it comes to these international lands, they usually have some tricks up their sleeve. They're probably trying to save it for finals, but boys, we got to make it there. This is going to be your best chance as we go back on over towards New Sanctuary. Liam and Jace, there's side of the map, but Salco and Minute have now gained the attention of Gone and Night inside of the New Sanctuary. And Minute and Salco went down last game because of Storm Surge. They're not trying to make the same mistake twice, but he overpeaks. Knight lands a good shot, punch after punch. They're just taking too much damage before Salco answers back with a shot of his own.
That's going to be enough to deter Gone and Night, waiting to see whether or not they'll be able to actually continue this conversation. But there's still a decent amount of fighting left to be done here at New Sanctuary, because even the situation a little bit further southeast has seemingly cleared up. And I have to expect that that was very likely Liam and Jace finally finishing that elimination onto Xavier.
Now we can see if it's worth it when we tune into them. When Storage Surge pops up, Epic went on pump. Even without that elimination at Riptide, you see them immediately try to rotate out of the zone. They know so many players usually do rotate around Battlewood, through Riptides, and even towards the North Pumpo Hills, and they're just trying to get as much surge as possible. But just like I was talking about Liam and Jace in that fight, if you keep trading shots, not getting elims, and not getting the better, you're going to end up in a position like this. You're above the damage threshold, but only by 49.
It's really just the damage ratios that have been the peak storyline for this weekend, because teams that are just eating as many shots as they're sending out, it's difficult to try and stay even. But right now, Clicks Hicks utilizing everything they can off the map itself. A bit of a campfire, try and get some health restoration here. They've got pizzas, they've got med kits, and it looks like they're fully intending on trying to make a dead side approach, or they might be looking to see if they can find Pix and Ghost, who are known for sticking around in surge bases deep from toy box docks.
Yeah, and 186 damage, that's good for now, but as the game progresses, they're going to need to find just a little bit more. Salco Minute, they fall further and further below that damage threshold, 394. Essentially 2 full eliminations here are going to be needed by the team from NA West. And we know Minute, he's a good fighter. Salco, he can lead the pack, but right now it's go time, because when that Storm Surge activates, they're going to be on the clock to try to get some damage or the elimination. Salco breaks into the box, good damage on Nagan. He gets saved by Minute, but only for so long before Knight trades on that down. So it is going to come down to a 1v1. Minute looking to play aggressive, and it's going to be worth it.
But he might not even get to reap the benefits of this survival, because the third party has already decided to play an entrance here. Minute scrambling, trying to see if he can escape, but so much focus being sent his way, and now having to also deal with the surge itself. He doesn't even get a chance to try and heal up.
Just unfortunate, almost 500 below. They get one knock. They get another Elim back-to-back from Minute, but he's still 229 below. That was just disaster waiting to happen, and this is where I say you just got to take as much control of your game plan as early as possible. And I think from the online majors to here, we're seeing more and more teams rotate to the zone early on so they can get the position and not have to get that max pull.
It's always just a little bit rough when you do finally win such a drawn-out battle, and then if it's not the third party fully clearing you up, you're still having to deal with the likes of Surge. But these are the sorts of adaptations that players just have to naturally try and overcome here. As Nathan, he'll at least have a little bit of Surge to work with, but the clock's ticking. He's got to make it into zone too, and there is a decent amount of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, he's just barely above, and honestly, that's actually pretty good for what Nathan and Nevs have been through so far in this game, being above the damage threshold. A little bit of survives, but a pleasant surprise at that. Kurama and Akira, again, just barely above 73. That's not much, and that shot is surely going to put him below. GR Rex, surprise attack out of nowhere. Kurama's just going to get the shot from the side, but even though they get that elimination, they are now still below the damage threshold, and there's other players pressuring in this direction, not wanting to let them get full HP and shield.
They want to see whether or not they'll have an opportunity to try and take out Hamed too, but instead they're fully aware of the fact that there is some action taking place just a little bit right from where they're currently faced up. Josh and Yamzo, though, find their first elimination onto Golden. They are above on Surge. It's really just about finding the perfect moment. You don't want to get lobbied on your next rotate in.
Yeah, this team right here is a little bit of a full circle moment of Josh and Iamzo. Years ago, Iamzo kind of being that fragger for Rise in the mix, getting close to the FNCS championship. And now Iamzo is that IGL, picking up the young fragger in Josh, who honestly has Clicks to thanks for popping his career, to those Clicks who got him the PC and really started his whole trajectory. So for Iamzo and Josh, this needs to be a big day.
Pablo and Chino trailing just a little bit behind. Raisin and Gerald were just spotted here at Battlewood Boulevard. They're going to opt for a more low ground position currently. Definitely doing a great job at avoiding a lot of folks in the rest of the lobby. That is until Raisin and Gerald finally spot them out inside. Little sewer opening here, and now that's an open invitation. Everyone else in the lobby looking their way.
Yeah, kind of going from uncontested in the EU finals to here. Pablo and Gino just having a little bit of a struggle here in day one, and kind of breaking through the mold in day two. They just need a little bit more consistency. Badil and Ju, same thing, 26 points, 118 above the damage threshold. Relatively close to it turning off, but a couple of quick tags there is going to put them right on the line. 32 damage above. They're making their way in towards zone. It's not going to be hard to find a spot there, but the next zone is really going to be everything, because if they get a max pull, good luck to them and their search plan.
Good luck to everybody in this lobby just about. There is so much congestion that is already pooled on this edge of the zone, but Badil He'll have to find his own way forward here. Clicks and Higgs, they took the scenic route to make it into zone, but they're having to deal with so many surge issues, and Clicks, he won't be able to make it out. That is just another sour ending here in game 2.
Yep, but luckily for the format of today, it doesn't matter where you're at on the leaderboard. All you need to do is win a game, and as Frankie said, that's your golden ticket directly to Championship Sunday. But the pressure could be felt all. These players go down. You can feel it, Taco. The passion kind of playing out as Mary's an eye drop. They're feeling it as well. 12 below. It isn't much, but Storm Surge, you don't go down. You get straight eliminated out of the lobby. And with no heals left, he has 2 ticks he can take. Less than 14 seconds. Eye drop has to make a play, but it gets denied.
He just did not have enough HP. It was... I don't want to say impossible, but it basically was, Jacob. At least he did the best with what he could. Still, they need to find more after the fact. But for everybody else still left in this lobby, the Nikush Tigs, they came in second in game 1. They're obviously trying to see if they can secure that win. They've been feeling very confident from 100 ping to 0. Now is their best chance to strike. Is Velo working his way in backside the zone. Everybody looking his way, though. Doesn't really have a whole lot of options, and he'll be picked off before he gets the chance.
Yeah, big elim though from Dio and Ju. That's their 3rd elimination of the game. That's 12 points straight off of their aggressive ability, and now they're inside of the top 25. Placement points are starting to come in, and with each and every team that falls, they start to cascade further and further, and of course, you get that 1,000 points for the victory royale. And it goes to show, like, looking at the leaderboards yesterday, I saw a team qualify to Sunday. It's just 3 decent games, but it doesn't feel like that in the moment.
What Fadil and G really did best there, though, was front side of zone, and they cleared a path for themselves. Everyone else is going to have to run straight to them, and they're doing a great job at just gatekeeping that edge of zone they were at. But Lucy Zangi will have a lot to overcome. They want to make it in, but it seems like disaster has struck. We look away for 1 second, Jacob, and all of a sudden, it's Fadil by himself. He at least has the pizza box to work with, but Pastrocki, Repairs, Toyota, they're all making their way forward. And for what looked like a solid spot to be in, now might be worst case scenario. But Fadil, we've seen the solo clutches before.
Yeah, and it's only 4 players that need to go down. You can attempt to out-heal this Pacino. He doesn't have the amount of heals needed to survive the Storm Surge. For now, it is going to be the med kit. The zone is also moving in, but he gets a little bit of a cutback, extra time to work with, and it's time that he desperately needs because he's in on a clock, and that clock is running down fast. 3 more ticks. That's all he can take. Less than 20 seconds. Chino has to make a move. Nobody's falling, Taco. 4 players, and Storm Surge is no longer a worry.
And Chino, he's trying to see if he can get the shot, but he won't make it. A player lying in wait. He'll go down, but Fadil still keeping the ball rolling here. 187 above, 1 pizza slice, 1 overdrive grenade, lurking, crouching, waiting, hoping that he can find another big shot. Everything at this stage, waiting to see if he can deliver another big win here. But Akira and Karama, they've at least found Liam, and that'll be enough to buy them some good time.
It feels like they're not forcing fights or eliminations. They're kind of letting the game naturally present itself. And there goes another one on the Repairs, back to back, as they take down Fastroki as well. But it comes with its own sacrifice. Akira is going to fall. All the pressure now onto Karama's shoulders.
You look one way, you got to make sure you're checking the next, and Fadil takes down Visuals. That's the exact sort of refresh that...
Odiside's going to fall. Nutty and Godzetta, they went ahead and Shockwave to take the high ground. There's a new team high up in the clouds that everybody has to worry about. Cut through the middle is going to be King and Rage. They're trying to take position on the front side of the zone. Meanwhile, Fadil and Karama are doing their best as solos here. They're one of few solos actually left in this game.
As long as they can stay towards the front side, they might be able to make it out. But Ritual and Ager is now front side low. They'll have the best opportunities out of everyone to see who is more scraps than them. Ritual only has 1 build remaining, but Fadil, he's found his target. He won't be able to bring it out, though, and that's going to be the end of the run here. Craze and Kingaling, though, still making their way forward.
Yep, Nutty Gabzera is just not letting anybody down below feel comfortable, especially for those players on second height, as Virgo looking to go big, lands that one shot, but being by yourself means you have to play a little bit careful and a little less loose. Down below, those eliminations get steamrolled by King and Craze, but again, it all comes with a sacrifice. Now Craze is going to be left by himself. They have 5 eliminations. They're trying to push themselves into the top 5, and every single point matters. With Aegis of Ritual, they're going to get that elimination, but again, it costs them as well.
Ritual and Aegis thought they had that frontside control, but you just can't afford to look away. Now Virgo gonna try send it onto high. Karama has fallen. Virgo won't make it out. Nudie and Gabzetta might just be finding themselves in the finals battle bus, Jacob. All they need to do is seal the deal here up against Ritual.
Hey, he's gonna take the fight to that first shockwave. Oh my, that was big. Nudie and Gabzetta, they clutch up and take the game back.
Nuti, Gabzetta, please stand up. Let's celebrate this win. What an incredible performance from you, Nuti. Talk to me about those last moments. You did it as a duo.
Yes, I said that we're going to win, and we did it.
You absolutely did. You had so much confidence when you spoke to me earlier, and you only told me the truth. Gabzetta, you're going to Championship Sunday. You're representing Brazil. How does it feel?
Gabzetta, vocês ganharam. Vão representar o Brasil na final. Como você se sente?
Me sinto realizado novamente estar representando o Brasil novamente num palco gigantesco que é a FNCS. Vamos Brasil!
I'm so happy. I'm so accomplished right now, and just let's go Brazil.
Let's go, Brazil. Would you like to hear the crowd in Düsseldorf, Nuti?
What?
Would you like to hear the crowd and what they think of you here? All right then, Düsseldorf. What do you say? Do you like these guys? We can see the Brazilian flags above. We've got Brazilian fans behind us, and we've got Brazilian fans watching around the world. Congratulations, Nuti and Gabzetta. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you after the break.
Brazil
Caleb.
like that. And sure enough, game 2 victory royale.
Hello.
Man, I cannot wait to see.
I'm probably gonna have to like go in like 5 minutes, but then I'll probably be back in a little bit. Not like get off, but like just go AFK.
Yeah, I've been AFK for a little bit.
Yeah, I just got on like 5 minutes ago. I'm just
Is there a way
waiting.
to make it? So you know how Fortnite lets you shut off if you stay AFK for too long?
Yeah.
Is there a way to change that?
You can go on what is it called? Sleep mode, but I don't know if it still turns off if you're on sleep mode. And I don't know if it counts that as like not in it.
It was like in game number 5,
Oh yeah,
like,
when you're
like
asleep mode, it
64%
just,
of the time, but and then
I just come up here about every 10 minutes to toggle the controller.
he does held the high ground.
Make it
We
safe.
need to run that set again right now because it's completely flipped for
The switch turns off all the way at like every like 2 minutes, so like I have to just put it in my pocket and like move
You
it.
should just put one of the Joy-Cons in your pocket and when you walk, it'll move.
That's what I do.
So, would I, so in like an hour and 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So,
they're doing
okay, whenever it hits that.
Yeah, they are really important games. These guys, they didn't win.
So that's like
to the
around
second
120.
place. But in terms of consistency, they're going to be looking really, really good. Credit for his
120, yeah.
I feel like a lot of men ain't give him enough of that credit.
Wait, when did you when did you start without like after you returned?
He gave that a good go though. Super close.
I don't know. I told you like when I got back on 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, after Agers goes down, who was often kind of like a driver of the Philly, he was able to pick up those 1v1 situations, although they're going to.
So now, you said around 115, 120, so I guess I'll just get off at 120. Is that fine?
Oh yeah, they won. Team just gets knocked over.
No, I'll be playing like.
Second place. Well,
Wait, so whenever you hit the 98 or 90-minute thing,
Yeah.
does it just automatically give it to you when you return the lobby?
Yeah. You should just get it.
Maybe I should just wait till 1:30.
Great game for Kieran from kind of comeback.
Liam,
They went up 10th place, I think.
you know how like when people gift you things?
Yeah.